play some crappy music while people get in here. Start in a few minutes.
So I tiptoed out with my radio on, heard a low, weird groan and a slippery moan, peeked inside shed 3 with a shaking hand.
There we go. All right, we're looking
there's a naked man. Don't look in that shed, I beg you please, there's things in there that'll haunt your dreams.
This song's about a real story that we read on OBDM where at Home Depot, this guy was going shopping for a shed, and in one of the sheds, they found a guy naked with moisturizer or Vaseline.
Oh.
And I don't think they gave him a discount on the shed, like it was used.
Oh. Be like, can I keep this?
It's a floor model, so give me a few bucks off.
Yeah, give me a couple bucks off.
No, they didn't do that for the guy.
No, full price, dude. Sorry.
Full price, but they did arrest the guy that was in the shed taking care of himself. So
look how good we look there.
We're dynamite. Look at that. Boom.
We are such gorgeous men. Such gorgeous men.
That's no AI enhancement at all.
No, full price, dude. Sorry.
All right. I think we're about ready to get this going. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's do it for the children.
Yep.
Get in it.
The strange, the bizarre, the funny, and the sad. In a world of algorithmic nightmares, these are the stories you find when you scroll too long. All the facts, all the absurdity, none of the fluff. This is Doomscrollin with your hosts, Sam Tripoli and Midnight Mike. So get ready.
Yeah. Guys, oh, look at that. Look at this seductive. Look at Fruity Sam just dancing like nobody's watching. Oh, I'm owning the gay bar.
He's in the
Look
club.
I'm in the club with my earrings. Was gonna get ear. Look how happy I am. That in some universe, that's me. Just living my best life. Guys, welcome to Doomscroll, the most educational hour on the internet. You will learn more in this 1 hour and a half than you will in a 4-year degree. You will leave here wiser, okay? If Thanksgiving, you're going to have a ton of ammo to blow people's minds. You're welcome. I'm Sam Tripoli, and this is the wizard himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Midnight Mike, how are you?
I'm doing very well. We got a full wheel today.
So many. The content gods were great to us this week. I mean, it was really unbelievable. Sometimes it's like, we're going to get nothing. We got everything. Got
a little bit of everything up there. And I got the wheel up there right now. And it's packed. And we're almost at Walmart, like about 9,000 points away. Every single show.
We got to get there, dude. We got to get there.
Here we go. We're going to take a look.
Tonight, a curious case in a quiet Colorado town. 2 friends, Mike, a computer engineer with a knack for codes, and Sam, a stand-up comic with a talent for trouble, say they're on a mission. According to them, if they want to reach Walmart, they have to find 9,000 points.
A lot of coupons, man.
That is true.
That's a lot of coupons.
Yeah, we're looking for
I love
coupons.
how one video I'm super like in gay shape, and the next one, Daddy's been hitting the pizza a little too hard. But hey, I'm somewhere in there. That's all that matters, dude. We're gonna get to 9,000, dude. I look like Charlie Brown grew up. Enough of the talk. Spin the wheel.
All right, here we go. We're gonna do this.
This man is named Larry Silverstein, and he is the luckiest man in the world.
Well,
yeah, I mean, dude, the wheel is dangerous today, and that's all. That video was only 120 points. I there needs to be a body that we can we can ask for some litigation,
Maybe
mediation.
I can maybe include maybe a point judge in the next iteration of the wheel. I did include. I have some more buttons on here.
We have a lot of buttons. We might need one more button.
Yeah,
Button the sides. Yeah, Larry Silverstein is the luckiest human being on the planet. I mean, ever.
He really won out on that one. What a gamble. What a businessman.
What a businessman, and what a video for the wheel to start it off with. The wheel sets the tone, and the tone is danger. Spin the wheel, brother.
Yeah, here we go.
Please.
Wheel of Doom.
So I saw a comment on a TikTok that said Mary Poppins and Pennywise from It are the same species. And that just led me down the biggest rabbit hole. And like, I searched it up. I didn't believe him. I thought it was just like a throwaway joke. Why is this an actual theory that people are talking about? Like, it's been a thing for a fat minute. So this theory started on, wait for it,
Reddit.
by Humanoid 5 around 6 years ago. And I'll let y'all read this theory for yourselves. Just pause it and read it real quick. Now, I think this theory works better without the Monsters Inc. thing. I want Mary Poppins and It to be like their own entities, like the good and the bad that Maturin created. If y'all don't know who Maturin is, like this giant space god turtle that created the universe and like rivals with Pennywise, but in reality he doesn't really give a shit about it. And so like Maturin is like the creator, and he created Pennywise and Mary Poppins, the good and the evil. And like it kind of makes sense, bro. Mary Poppins returned a kite to Georgie. What did Pennywise do? What does he say when he returns a paper boat?
Take it, Georgie.
Goes on to state that they both have powers to access children's minds. Mary Poppins uses imagination, and Pennywise obviously uses fear. All of the adults and parents in both of these worlds just don't understand what these kids are going through. And while the Losers Club forgets about Pennywise until he comes back, the kids in Mary Poppins actually do remember her, but none of the supernatural shit that she did. They just remember her as a normal nanny. They both have love for singing and dancing, obviously with Mary Poppins, and Pennywise referring to himself as the dancing clown. And then just read this last one. Like, dude, what were you on when you were making this theory? What? Hell, the more I read about this theory,
The more I'm convinced.
that video had everything in it, like everything, voice modulating, twinks, lovable characters that are a big part of our life. I mean, it's possible, dude. It's possible. There's a lot of that stuff where, like, what was the two movies where, like, Matrix and the Terminator are connected? Snowpiercer, and I forget what the other movie was connected. It's like really crazy. Like it's
like spiritual successors, all but in name, yeah. And it is, I mean, Stephen King could have solved Mary Poppins, and so I can do something with that, but in a Stephen King way. Yeah, I could see that. It's a good jumping off point.
See that?
Yeah.
There's another one that's really crazy. Oh, Rosemary's Baby with Eyes Wide Shut. There's connections there.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Yep.
I learned about that here.
Yeah, we have. We have the most educational hour on the internet. Spin the wheel. We're getting,
let's do it.
Dude, 2 videos, 2 bangers.
Here we go.
Bangers. Oh, yeah. That's it.
But as we look up all of these countries, we see the big ones, and then we see Caucasia. Have any of us heard of a country in the 1900s named Caucasia? I personally have never heard of Caucasia, which is similar to Tartaria. All of these countries that we were never told about. But this one wasn't hundreds of years ago. This was 1905. So they are now, in my opinion, lying and telling us that Caucasia, or Caucasus, is a region that has a bunch of countries in it, including Russia, which we all know have connections to Tartaria. But let's take a look at this list again from 1905. They are already listing Russia on this map with Turkey, France, Holland, Germany, Switzerland, Italy. All of these are countries. They are not regions. I'll say it again. These are countries. Why would they then throw a region in there randomly? That doesn't make any sense. I think we are finding, in my opinion, that there is more land that we aren't being told about. Right. That was here in the 1900s.
Or that's Armenia. Armenia's in the Caucasus Mountains.
They're changing history 24/7. I mean, is it that too unbelievable to think that they just curate the history and then they expect everyone else to go along with it? Because how much time does everyone really have to invest into figuring out what countries are real and what isn't. You know, not a
People
lot
are
of time.
tired. They're just like, okay, it's not Caucasia anymore, which
Yeah.
must have been a great neighborhood to live in.
Yep.
Okay. Family oriented, low crime. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I think when I think of Caucasia.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you for your services, fella. Thank you, Sebastian Fisher. Good looking guy with good looking dollars.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
nice.
Armenia was Caucasia.
The Caucasus.
The Caucasia.
Let's do it. We're gonna do them right now. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, we're what, 3 videos in? We have 100. We have 400.
We got four. This is the wheel is not being kind yet.
We need a legislative body.
Yeah, we got to appeal.
We need someone to appeal to.
Come on, wheel, be kind.
You know how they say history is his story and that the victor writes the story? Have you thought about that element in regards to the Great Wall of China?
Oh, yeah.
Listen to this, because this changes everything.
Hold on. You're telling me the Great Wall of China isn't just long, it's impossible.
Exactly. People say it's 13,000 miles, but they don't really process what that means. That's 4 times the entire U.S. stretched coast to coast, plus another 1,000 miles, and it was started in 220 B.C., before Jesus, before most empires even existed. That's the point.
But how does an ancient civilization build something that massive without modern machines?
It took over 1,000 years. No empire commits that kind of time unless they're terrified of something. And here's the part nobody talks about. The steep defensive side, the battlements, they're facing China, not the outside.
So the wall wasn't built to keep people out.
It was built to keep something in, and some researchers even claim it may not be Chinese at all, but a leftover structure from the old Tartarian Empire. If that's true, then you have to ask yourself, what were they trying to contain?
Okay, so you can fact check this for yourself through imaging and compassing. The defensive side of the Great Wall of China is pointed to inside of China. So to me, that either means they're trying to keep something in, okay, or that it was an empire on the outside of China that built the wall to defend against the inside of China. Or maybe, so that would indicate actually, it wasn't likely Chinese people who lived in China who built this wall with defensive systems and battlements and armaments pointed into China. It's just a bit strange.
Yeah.
Now, all I'm saying is we've been lied to about so much. We get lied to in the news about what happened last week.
Right.
Is it such a stretch, to think we've been lied to about something that happened thousands of years ago? I don't think so. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
My thoughts are back-to-back Tartarian jacks, bro.
Yeah.
We went back-to-back on that when the wheel's trying to tell us something. That the history is fake and gay. That's what it's trying to tell us.
I didn't know that the defensive side of the wall was pointed towards China. That's a fascinating little tidbit there. No, I don't know a lot about China or the Great Wall. I can definitely see them appropriating the wall for Chinese history to make them seem grand and like having this extreme long-term plan, and you know, it really boosts the morale of people in a civilization. So I can see that.
Dude,
I mean,
what if they were trying to keep out like Godzilla Titans? Like something like that.
I thought he was going to allude to some kind of zombie horde or something.
Like
I mean, that's what it kind of felt like.
Nephilim
White Walkers.
Giants, dude.
Yeah, something
Nephilim
like that.
Giants. This from Diabolic Monster. I butchered that name because I think it's butcherable, okay? Candace Owens' new merch says, so you're telling me everything is fake and gay. I think she's either a secret Sam fan or she's buying Sam's quotes, or it's in the lexicon, but we're glad she's putting it out there. Good for her. We like her a lot. Doomscrollin live. Yes, on my way to teach kids jiu-jitsu. I'm trying to get my daughter into jiu-jitsu. Ghost, you're going to jiu-jitsu. Okay, Sam, see you Friday in Vegas. Flying out Friday to show. Me and my pops are pumped. Oos. Love you, brother. Love you, brother. Love you. And last one, here we go. You guys are great. Love Sam and the wizard. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everybody watching. Let's go. I mean, dude, we are fighting for our lives. Dude, Walmart is so far away. The best we can do is dollar store at this point.
Yeah, let's do a little announcement here. See this button down here? I plan in the future, if you have an announcement, if you want something out there, we press the announcement button, and it just comes right up on screen. We're innovating here.
Let's do the announcement, Ruben.
America, listen up! Have you had enough of scrolling through endless gloom? Then it's time you tuned into Doomscrollin with Sam Tripoli and Midnight Mike. Woo! Every week, these two legends turn the internet upside down. The latest conspiracy headlines, Midnight Mike's cheeky tech.
See, look at that, right? Boom.
Dude, that's fire. Man,
just a
give me
little
that. We'll put it
announcement.
out as a video, dude.
Just a
Let's
little
go.
announcement right there.
I love that announcement. Let's go, dude. I need that video to put on Instagram.
All right, I'll send it to you.
There's no paper trail for the man that we supposedly think was Shakespeare in his 25-year career in London, where he would have been a cross between Tom Cruise, Spielberg, and J.K. Rowling, all rolled into one. Writer, director, producer, actor. No one ever saw him. No one ever ran into him in the pub. Oh, he was writing a thing from Macbeth last night. The man never wrote a letter to anyone. There are no manuscripts exist of all his works. 36 plays, 154 sonnets, and 6 epic poems that don't exist anywhere. And I thought, oh, wow, what a story. But the deeper I got into it, I realized, there's a real deeper mystery here. And I started to be able to understand codes that were hidden in his gravestone, in his monument, in the sonnets, in the plays. And to say that sounds sort of flip, but you know, if you're a jazz pianist and you're used to improvising, which I am, I'm a classically trained pianist, you're doing pattern recognition in real time. It's like coding and decoding at the same time live. So I had an ability there that was, because of my training in jazz. And I found I was reading these codes and going, that pattern's there, and it's there, and it's there, and it's there.
We don't even know what the pattern says. That was on its way to video of the week.
We were about to find out the mystery. He pulled out the rug.
Dude, who is it?
So I read that it was possibly Sir Francis Bacon.
Oh, so I did it, dude.
Yes, you.
I wrote it. Oh, my God. What a crazy cliffhanger. The guy watching a video about himself. Oh, my God. I can't believe I reincarnated as an illiterate drug addict.
Wouldn't that make sense, though?
Sex addiction. Yeah,
wouldn't that make complete sense that would be in the previous life you were such a literary master, you influenced the entire world, like playwrights, literature, history, and now you're functionally possibly illiterate, much like me. There's nothing against you. I'm in the same boat, and here we are together spinning a wheel.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like I was the smartest guy ever. Now I can barely teach my 5-year-old to read. It's like really crazy. Here's another thing, guys, we said last week. We have the lovely Malina. He will be writing down all of the videos, giving those who made the content credit. Now, here's the thing. I think we got in a little trouble with YouTube because if you list too many links, YouTube gets mad. So you might have to go to samtripoli.com to find them, or Rumble, or Twitter, or wherever else.
They'll be listed in the Spotify video too. They're listed in the Spotify video.
They will be in the Spotify video,
yeah.
But YouTube is a sassy bitch. Sassy bitch.
Yeah, they really are. They flag the videos if you provide too many links. They think we're spamming, but we're not.
Yeah,
we're just trying to give love.
We're just giving the credit to those who deserve it.
Yeah.
And I'm Francis Bacon. I should be able to do whatever I want.
Let him write whatever he wants.
Let him write whatever I want. Okay, we're up to 5 videos. We're at 1,000.
We're going to do it.
9,000 seems like on the other side of the planet.
So get ready.
There's sorcerers, which are humans practicing witchcraft.
Absolutely.
And then there are demons using people as well, which are spirits, unclean spirits that are ancient. They're jumping from child to child. What are they trying to do? Are they trying to travel?
They travel. They also, too, so if they send a girl from one place to another place, they can literally portal from where they're at. A lot of people would call that like transcendental meditation, but it's not. It's something completely different because they actually own them as territory. They literally own them as territory. They have a legal right.
A human.
Yes, a human being to own them as territory. But when the Bible says that we're temples, he's not playing. We are meant to be sacred space.
I agree with that. Demons are like women. When women go out together and they see a guy, they yell dibs. The other women aren't allowed to hit on him. That's kind of like demons. So if someone possesses you midnight, the other demons aren't allowed to, because that's your boo.
Yeah, I've read this. Like they do mark their territory, and they're very territorial. and it does get very catty over there in the spirit realm. But I don't want to be a demon property. That doesn't sound good. That's not what I want
at all. Fun.
No.
Don't drink. Don't do drugs. You'll be fine. Follow the Lord. Don't get weird. Don't get too weird all the time.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Well, I'm here if you need me, dude.
Okay. I don't.
Yeah.
think
Some people are making fun of my shoulders. I'm working on it. I'm hitting the gym, putting up the numbers.
Hell yeah.
Oh, holy cow. Look at this, dude. We have a 9-year-old doomer, dude. My son Ezra is a new doomer. He's 9. He loves you guys, and we look forward to Tuesdays. Thank you, Phil. Well, we love Ezra, and thank you, JB. Okay. Hi, Sam. I'm in the Space Force, so would love to talk to you after my career is finished, after I retire in the future, and all your shows are killing it. Thank you, dude.
Space
we
Force.
have Space Force in here. We got 9-year-olds in Space Force. This is the spectrum of greatness. The Doomers get it. Everyone loves Doom. Everyone keeps telling me about Doomscrollin, and they all love it.
Kids stay in school, and Space Force stay in space. You know?
I have chicks with thirsty eyes telling me I love Doomscrollin. I watch it every day. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes open.
Each week, we have a weekly budget of $25 for our groceries.
Well, the household grocery budget goes towards everything that we share. We actually share the milk, but sometimes he likes to eat more of certain things, so then we have to buy him his own, and he's responsible for those charges.
We actually label our eggs. There's 6 of them, 6 for Kay, for Carissa, and 6 R's for Rick. There's been a couple of times where the person who's bought the eggs, especially Carissa, the eggs were cracked, and she didn't double check them before she purchased them. So that actually comes out of her eggs.
We are really competitive when it comes to being cheap. This is where I keep all my snacks.
What?
She hides the key from me, so I can never actually get in there.
Always on my person. You spend a lot of money and time and research getting a snack at a good deal. So when he eats them, that's like taking money out of my wallet. So I have to protect my snacks. This way they last longer, and it's a security system for my treats.
Can I have one?
I guess, but that means that you owe me 15 cents.
Wow, what a way to live.
I just want to know, did they make it?
What is the update on this? So this is the title for people not reading this is that they split eggs by initials and try to stay under $25 a week for like their groceries and snacks and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, did this couple make it? They have to carry it apart.
Yeah, it's and dude and ladies, the guys with the puka shells not doing well. Holy cow! Do you see how much we jumped?
Yeah, that was the golden video. We got the golden video right there.
We got a chance, people. You might be witnessing history. We might be going to Walmart.
We can only hope.
We can only hope, man. Dude, we are so close.
We're at 3,200. Holy moly.
Keep going, and we're not even at a half an hour.
Yeah, we can do it.
I can't believe we got the golden video. That was a great golden video.
I usually don't buy into conspiracies, but this right here does not add up. As everyone knows by now, Lane Kiffin's daughter, Landry, hard launched her relationship with LSU star linebacker Whit Weeks just days before today's big game between her boyfriend's team, LSU, and her dad's team, Ole Miss. And at the time, everyone thought it was to mess with her dad. However, now after how it all played out, it really makes you wonder if something else was going on. Now, let me explain. Ole Miss ended up winning the game, and there are 3 things that happened that should make you raise an eyebrow. Number 1, first quarter, less than 10 minutes into the game, and this is her boyfriend right here just blowing chunks in the middle of the field. Now, this is the beginning of the game, so it's not like bro's tired. He's not vomiting from exhaustion. This looks to me like his girl kept him out late last night drinking, and he's hung over his shit. Number 2, this is what her dad had to say during his on-field interview right after the win. Not only did bro take the opportunity to take another shot at her boyfriend in the interview, look at that smirk on his face. It's almost like he knows something we don't. Number 3, this is a video from on the field right after the game. And take a look at who's dancing around like they just won the Natty. Yup, you guessed it. One Landry Kiffin. Is that a girl who looks like she was pulling for her boyfriend? Now, to be honest, none of this proves anything, and I'm really just speculating here based on the evidence. But in my opinion, especially when you take into account Lane posted this pic right before the game, something smells fishy. So here's a message to college football. You may want to take a look at Landry's DraftKings account because there's a good chance she hammered Ole Miss money line.
Wow.
I like his videos. We featured a lot of his videos, but he always kind of like well, I'm not into conspiracies. Dude, you're either in or you are out. And it sounds like you are in, and that's some high level chaos right there, dude.
So
Sending your daughter in? Damn, dude.
She is a party spy. So she goes in, lures like the major players of the team to party and hang out with her. And it was probably, I would assume, sexual favors involved there. Gets them so hammered the night before, and then damage is done. Like they can't focus on the game because they're so hungover. I get it.
Yep. We got honeypot. We got football, Southeast Conference. Money, honeypot, dog. Honeypot. Thank you, Troy the cat. Thank you. Yeah, dude.
I can totally see it. I mean, it's like the easiest play. Why not? Young men are so easy to take advantage of. Yeah. Men in general, not just young men. Men in general are so easy to take advantage
That's why
of.
women don't understand. Why are you thinking we're not? We're monkeys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, she was a MK Ultra sex kid.
Mm.
You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. Sent in to disrupt and manipulate.
Well, that's a hell of a thing for a father to do to a kid.
Dude, Obama's grandpa did that to his mom.
I know,
it's
but
out there. You don't know how big these football games are.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of money on the line. You're right. You know,
dude, if he wins this game, he's up for like possible NFL jobs. Then she's moving to pro athlete guys.
Then she's really banging.
Then she's in. Then that's big bucks, no whammies.
Yep.
Will
Paul Walker. I never looked into that one more. Have you looked into his death?
I haven't. I came friends with him right before he died, so that's actually
really?
Like 3 or 4 months before he died, I started hanging out with him. He was such a cool dude. That's why I'm curious about.
So apparently, people that are super close to Paul Walker said just before he died, he was about to release some big information about the Clintons and like charities that were disguised as charities, but were actually selling essentially. Human trafficking of children. Yeah. And he was about to reveal this huge story, and then all of a sudden, his car crashed, but almost like an explosion.
Oh, that's crazy,
right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, that seems to be every one of these guys that are no longer with us. They're like, he's about to drop. Even Anne Heche, they're about to drop explosive content that will rip open Hollywood or Washington. And then they're like, and they're not with us anymore.
Yeah, if you got that kind of content, don't tell anybody. Just release it. Don't
just
say
release it.
Yeah, don't say you're going to do something or you're about ready to release something. Just do it quietly.
Just put it out.
Yeah, just get it out there. Yeah.
Yeah, just loose lips sink ships and crash cars. Okay?
Yeah.
Kobe. Same thing with Kobe, dude. He was suing that pharmaceutical company.
And then, they got him in that helicopter.
Yep, 100%, dude. Very crazy. Very crazy. Yeah, I believe. Why not? Why not? Spin the wheel. Let's go.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Oh, really quick. That movie.
Yep. No, we can.
The movie that was the two that were connected were Snowpiercer and Willy Wonka.
Oh, I can totally see that.
Yeah.
All those damn kids.
Willy Wonka starts and it ends with Snowpiercer.
That is a dark turn.
That is a dark turn.
We are told by Christianity that we're not to have anything to do with astrology because that is evil and of the devil. Until we begin to look at the Old Testament in the language that it was written in. And we're going to find that the Old Testament, like the New Testament, is nothing more than the entire story of the zodiac. The Hebrews, when they were in Egypt, were of course subject to the religion of Egypt. And at that time, Isis, the female personification of wisdom, from whence of course we get Mary in the Catholic Church, the Mother of God. Later on, with the coming of Pharaoh Akhenaten, or Akhenaten, Pharaoh Akhenaten changed the worship in Egypt from Isis to Amun-Ra, or Amun-Ra. So Amun-Ra became the chief deity of Egypt. Now, once the Hebrews left out of Egypt and went north into Palestine, they found a new god there, the Canaanites.
Oh.
A god that is referred to as the Ugaritic god. That god was El, or the planet Saturn.
Oh,
the Hebrews then picked up the worship of the planet Saturn, or El, the Ugaritic god, and combining the Isis worship with the Amun-Re worship, and lastly with the El, Saturn, or the god El, they formulate their new land based on the three concepts of God: Isis, Re, El, or Israel, I-S-R-A-E-L.
God! Oh my God!
Oh boy.
Oh my God!
Old Testament based on pure astrology and the zodiac.
That is some crazy. Like the Jews were like chicks with sports teams. Whoever's winning, that's who they're rooting for.
Have you ever had your astrology like your like
yeah,
a good?
Yeah, I had somebody do my life chart, or
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you
It's
think
like-
of it?
I didn't want to read it because I didn't want to. I don't know, man. I was a little nervous.
Yeah, it's it can be a little nerve wracking. I have had mine done a few different times. My wife has been digging more into, like, I guess the old astrology and comparing my chart with hers. She compares her chart with like her family. She's discovered some pretty interesting things. I mean, some of that stuff is dead on.
Yeah,
And
it wouldn't be around if it wasn't.
It's creepy. Like, it's fascinating. And like she did the astrology for the 3-eye Atlas, that comet that came in. Or
what?
So I asked her. We figured out a way so she could do the astrology just for that object, and I'm having her do like to do things like that. Like, she's got like a really good mind for it, and I think if she will, I'm asking her, is like, do the astrology for the event Roswell, like for that. Like, you can do astrology for specific events.
What,
I think
really?
I think I think she's going to start doing that, and I think there might be some interesting information that can come out of like
You
particular
guys must have
events.
the most interesting house.
We have a fascinating life.
You must have the most interesting house.
Yeah,
Loyal to the foil, Pizza Magic, Martin Robert Masson, 1 month.
Pizza Magic.
Pizza Magic, dude. We got to get them as a sponsor.
It's Pizza Magic.
It really is Pizza Magic, one of the classics.
Quick little announcement here for everyone.
Did you try to watch that thing Doomscrollin with Sam and
I
Mike?
made it 6 minutes, and that includes the theme song, which is just them sighing.
I stuck around for an episode. They spent 22 minutes staring at their phones, complaining about staring at their phones.
It's a show about being bored, and somehow they made that boring.
The big board, and somehow...
Oh, okay.
Dude, that's fire, bro. That's fire. Whenever we get ads, you're going to make the best ads, dude. How long does it take you to make that?
Whatever Sora requires. I don't know, like 10 minutes, 15
Oh,
minutes. maybe.
yes, dude.
Yeah.
That was great. A show about being bored. Let's go.
Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, he flew 1,200 miles with the wind in his back into the inside of this planet. Not a molten core, far from it. Continental shells bigger than on the surface, seas that were equal to ours. And he took 300 photographs and brought them back, and I tried to see them, and Franklin Birch, who was at the National Archives, would not let me in. Oh, I got in the cage, but I couldn't look at anything. Caldwell found those records and read them in 1940, and he took his round-wing plane in and went right through the Earth and came out at the South Pole in a 125-mile opening there. That's one thing he did. I told you that was 1940. That was a great accomplishment of the round-wing plane at that point. We hadn't had to fight a war. We hadn't had to do anything. 1952, I hesitate to tell you. I've had 3 attempts on my life, and I don't know if I'll walk away from this meeting if I say any more.
Oh, say
I've had the needle, I've been poisoned, and I've had people sent to kill me.
Damn.
Damn, dude. Damn.
Supposedly, Admiral Byrd met the gods of the inner earth. He went down there and met the gods of the inner earth. The very like deities that Hitler was searching for, but these are like supposedly the ancient Atlanteans that live down there, and they met with Admiral Byrd.
They got a son down there. Hey, real quick, Jake from Rattlesnake TV, Jake Julius. Word is he's in the comment section. He might be watching. If he is, just want to tell him I love him. He's doing a great job, and he's working with us on Word War Debate, and just wanted to put that out there for everyone to understand. Oh, my God. We have so many famous people. Rachel Wilson's here. I mean, all the cool kids are here.
Whoa.
My God, how blessed are we? This show must be important that people who put out content constantly are watching our show. My God, we are dangerous.
Holy moly.
These are a few of my favorite people. Oh, now I feel pressure to put on a show.
No.
And get ready to get real.
It's not just humans that have been genetically altered. Ask yourselves, why does a domestic cat have an eye like a reptile? You go and ask a vet and you'll get the most awful answer that just makes absolutely no sense at all. I asked a vet, why does a cat have an eye like a snake? And he said to me, because it helps it see in the dark, which is absolute BS, because a cat doesn't hunt in the dark. It hunts first thing in the morning and first thing at night. An owl hunts at night, but an owl has an eye like us. People often say cats are cruel, because if you see a cat with a mouse, it doesn't kill it straight away. It doesn't kill it to eat it. It plays with it. And then when it's half tortured it and half killed it, it eats it. What's happening is that when a mammal is tortured, it releases a chemical, like a pheromone. It releases a chemical. To a cat, that's a drug. That's why a cat won't kill a mouse straight away. It will torture it so that it can feed off the pheromones of chemicals, not energy, it's a chemical release. Reptilians, who altered cats, in my opinion, have the same thing. So that when a mammal is being tortured, it exudes a chemical release. And then these entities will come round on 2 things. They'll either physically feed on it in terms of eat its flesh, or it will inhale, in a sense, the pheromones, or it will live on the fear, the energy.
Oh, my Lord.
God, bro. My God, dude. Cats are adrenochrome junkies.
Do you live with cats?
No, we lost our loving Pollyanna, so we're thinking about getting a cat, but my daughter Billy opens the door all the time, and we will never see that cat again.
I got a cat named Mr. Mustache. He is probably one of the most vicious creatures I've ever met. He attacks anybody that comes over. He slashes, he fights, he hisses, but he loves me, and he demands to lay on my body, like in a quasi creepy way, because I know at any point in time he will try to, if I disrupt him, he will latch onto me with full force. He's a big cat too, and so I respect like his ability to tear me up. But it's always a stressed relationship. It really is.
Do you feel pressure to be a good owner?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I take care of him. I never yell at him. You know, I always like watch my
die
back.
near him because he loves you, but he will eat you.
I feel that way. I feel like he would not hesitate to take advantage of my warm corpse. And
yeah, he will.
Yeah,
he will totally. Listen, if you love the show, and I know you do, because how can you not love the show? Rachel Wilson is watching. That's how you know you love the show. You got to check out my boy, Midnight Mike's show, Our Big Dumb Mouth. Go to ourbigdumbmouth.com and support his very, how would you describe your show? Eccentric?
It's eclectic. It's eccentric. We do a little bit of everything, and conspiracies, weird news, strange sound samples. Like on Wednesday, we start off the show doing Alex Jones clips of the week, and we will have a guest on Wednesday, Coach Colin. You know Coach Colin, Sam?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll be coming on and hanging out with us.
I love Coach Colin.
Yeah. And so
he's a good man.
Yeah, he seems like a nice dude, and we're looking forward to talking
I
with him.
should have him on my show. He's
That's what
always
I've been
saying
telling
nice
him.
stuff.
I've been
Yeah, I'll
telling
get
him.
him
You
on
got to get him on.
And then if you love me, and I know you do, because I love you too, go samtripoli.com, grab dates. Going to be in Vegas this Friday night. Grab your tickets now. They're moving. November 21st. We're going to go there. Then we're probably going to go to Raider game on Sunday. Minneapolis after that. Morris Plains closing out with Shane Cashman, Robbie the Fire Bernstein, and Cash Daddies. Howie Dewey will be there live. And then the big show that the kids are all talking about, the one, the only Word War Debate will be live in Atlantic City, okay? That's right. We got Andrew Wilson. We got Sam Tripoli. We got the stunningly good-looking Ben Swan. We got the Enlightened Network, Hibbler, the boys, okay? And we're putting together a world-class debate night. There'll be drinking. There'll be food. There'll be everything. You're going to have the best time ever. If you're on the East Coast or you got a chance, come out Saturday night, January 10th, and join us for the epic inaugural episode of Word War Debate. And we thank you for watching our ads. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's get back to it.
Let's do it. Here we go.
It's the new Useful Idiot action figure, loaded with megaphone, protest sign, and paper pack. He shouts, he marches, he never thinks twice.
Block the street! Move it along!
Pose him against authority or make him run from it. Useful Idiot.
Build the tent. And share the bread!
It's the Communist Campout, new from Crown Forge Toys. Everything you need to learn how to get by together when supplies run low. We only get 3 Ps each.
Producing the LGBT activist action figure, ready to march, organize, and shout for change.
They look awesome!
With megaphone, protest pins, and a free Palestinian flag included. Other identities, QIA, and plus figures sold separately.
Introducing Transmorphers, robots in disguise. They're more than meets your expectations. Vehicles that flip, twist, and click into bold, non-binary bots. Choose the pronoun badge that fits, swap them anytime, and roll into action with pride.
Meet LaQuanda, the offbeat doll with style to spare, and check out her Section 8 Dreamhouse playset.
He really rings the doorbell.
Each room is packed with personality. Cook up fun in the kitchen, chill with cat on the couch, or call your besties on her.
Producing the woke barnyard, where every creature has a voice and no one gets left out. Farmer Finn says,
Be proud, be kind. Let's march to the barn, everyone.
6 inclusive animal friends, activist accessories, and...
Mr. Hands, let's go. Hey, I'm going to make a bold prediction. Video of the day.
It could be it right there. Yep.
Video of the day.
The day. Great job, guys.
The nectar of the gods. The nectar of the gods. That was fire, bro. That was fire. That's a fire video. Did you make that?
No, that was that's what AI Sora and AI videos are being used for, is all these weird little niche things that until they ban stuff like that. It's such great political commentary. It's a new way of doing social commentary. It's kind of genius that they put that together.
I think it's great, dude. Kurt Metzger's been crushing on there. I need to start getting on there and having some fun. Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. Here we go. We're at 4,400. Here we go.
No, not ninth cousins removed, just ninth cousins. Now, a lot of people get confused on the removed part in family trees, so let me explain it because this might help some people out in their own family tree. So I have prepared this high quality image for you guys. Okay, now I feel like I don't really need to explain first cousins, but we're gonna do it anyway just to be thorough. So first cousins will always have the same grandparents. So if you have a set of parents, they have children, their siblings, they start having children, those are first cousins. Second cousins would then share the same great-grandparents. Third cousins, the same great-great-grandparents, and so on. So all of these are cousins in the same generation. They are ninth cousins because they share the same eighth great-grandparents. When cousins are not in the same generation, they are removed. Let me show you. If your first cousin has a child, that's not your second cousin. Your first cousin's child is your first cousin once removed. They are no longer on the same generational line as you. They are once removed. So let's go down here. They're ninth cousins. If your ninth cousin has a child, it is your ninth cousin once removed. If that person has a child, that is then your ninth cousin twice removed. They are no longer on the same generation. They are 1-2 generations removed.
Yeah.
Damn,
Okay. So basically that video, which was cut very poorly because they didn't start it out, sorry, content creator, Basically, what she's saying is Taylor Swift and what is the name of the
Jeffrey
series?
Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer are ninth cousins.
Oh man,
that's a crazy ass. That's crazy.
I can kind of see it in her look, though.
Yeah, she's definitely got a gay serial killer look for sure.
Now, that's the only thing I can see when I look at her now is Jeffrey Dahmer. In fact, that's my next Sora video is Jeffrey Dahmer as Taylor Swift at a concert. Yes.
She's going to have a flat ass, can't dance, and fat dancers all around her?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm in, dude. Please play that next week.
Let's do this. We're doing it right now. Here
Someone just said Taylor Swift is worse than Dahmer. There is an argument for that.
Well, okay.
There is an argument for that.
Who's done more damage? Yeah.
They're all related. Good and bad.
So let's get this straight. 21 6,000-year-old skeletons were just found in central Colombia that have DNA that science literally has no record of. Not only are these skeletons not related to indigenous Colombians, but the DNA that was extracted from them has a very interesting story. Labs were able to find that these skeletons had connections to the Muisca people, an ancient pre-Columbian tribe. Now stay with me. Here's where it gets interesting. I believe that these skeletons could have been remnants of pre-flood people. Because when you look at the creation story of the Muisca people, it's actually insane. They documented that their race was created by the goddess Batchwe. When she emerged from the waters of Lake Iguaque, she came holding a baby in her arms. This baby was both her son and later became her husband. And they started procreating the earth. Now get this. The god Chipchacum was angered by this and started a flood to get rid of all of the humans on earth. But it was stopped by the savior god Bochica, who later protected these humans from the flood and then taught them how to rebuild civilization. Is this not the craziest thing? Oh, and did I mention that Bochica ascended to heaven and claimed he would have a second coming? So the overview is that these people were descended from a water goddess that were spared from a flood by a false messianic god and were taught how to rebuild society. Honestly, I think that my theory as to who these people are check out with me, especially when you take into account that these people have DNA that science literally has no record of.
Sounds logical. Crazy first date with this chick, huh? You're like, you're hot. I'll listen to whatever you have to say. But
She's saying you're telling a compelling story.
You're telling a compelling story.
What are we going to get for advertisers?
Yeah, dude.
I need some mozzarella sticks.
You know, I mean, that's a crazy story. It's so that's my whole thing about like sexual sin. It's very weird to me that people are like, oh, that's bad. Obviously, we're going to exclude hurting children and hurting anybody that doesn't want to do it. Those are out. Those are bad. We all agree on that. But anything else with adults, it's very weird to me because you read all these like biblical books or these holy stories, you learn about them. They all were doing weird stuff, dog. They're all doing weird stuff. Like, dude, the water gods.
Like, the incest in that story is that she just kind of blew past that, you know?
Yeah. She's like, anyways, that's not important to the story. Let's keep moving. That this guy just found some category on Cornhub and was like, I'm into this. Let's go. Dude, that's very weird.
Somehow they managed to make it work.
But they made it work. Who are we to judge?
Pizza magic.
Frank Olson was one of only a dozen or so people on Earth who knew the extent of MKUltra and other secret and illegal CIA operations. Frank Olson was a man who committed, or at least was part of projects that committed atrocities around the world. And he was dealing with a moral crisis and started voicing his concerns. He even quit, but the CIA wouldn't allow it. When he was dosed with LSD that night in November, it was a loyalty test to see what scientists would say if they were exposed to the drug. Frank Olson failed that test and paid the ultimate price. But because of his death and the diligence of his family, many illegal CIA activities were exposed, and MK-Ultra was almost destroyed. Almost. It continued for another 20 years before finally shutting down in 1973. At least, as far as we know, all the records were illegally destroyed. And not Sidney Gottlieb, Robert Lashbrook, or any of the senior scientists from MK-Ultra were ever brought to justice.
Of course.
In fact, they all lived out their lives on fat pensions paid for by you and me. But the CIA promises that MK-Ultra was the last time drug experiments were done on people against their will. And such atrocities absolutely could not and would not happen today.
Yeah, right.
Why would they lie?
Dude, AJ, looking good, buddy. Glow up. Dropping knowledge. Yeah, I'm glad he gave that face about it ended. Dude. Yeah, dude, we're not doing that anymore. Why would we work on manipulating people's minds? Why would we do that? Just absolutely nuts.
My favorite part of the MK Ultra stuff, not favorite part, I guess the most interesting part that I find is the MK Ultra Often, where it was an offshoot of MK Ultra where they infiltrated seance groups and psychic circles in an effort to see if they could use black magic and witchcraft to, accentuate their espionage techniques and to see if they could actually use black magic in spycraft. And, they said they got no real results from it, but I think that they probably did, Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, I think they still use it. And there's rumors, a couple of articles that came out last year, we read them on OBDM podcast, that Israel was being accused during that bombing strike on Iran of using drugs to communicate with jinn in order to gain a tactical advantage over Iran by deploying jinn on Iran before the strike.
Dude, that is crazy, bro. That is crazy.
And an Israeli Mossad agent piped up and didn't really deny it. All he said, do you actually believe our leaders in Israel are doing drugs to talk to jinn? That was his response. He didn't deny it. He just asked the question.
Do you really think we're doing that? Do you really think we're doing that?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah, I do. 100% I do. 100% I do. All right, back to it.
Here we go.
Let's go.
We can do this. We're at 5,100.
We're
Come
so
on.
close. Never give up. Never again.
And Little Tykes presents Baby's First Hellcat. 480 baby horses under the hood, all of them still in diapers. Pacifier shifter, yeah, it's Susan Scoots. Drift mode throws diaper smoke like it's pamper season. All right, spill-proof cup holder too. Little homie don't waste juice. Goo!
New from Hot Wheels, Karen's Pinot Grigio parking lot pandemonium playset track. Buckle up because Karen's on a mission for the prime spot and nothing, including common sense, will get in her way. Launch her souped-up suburban assault vehicle.
Out of my way, peasant!
Smash the stop signs, demolish the wine store, and blast straight through the DUI checkpoint because rules are for other people.
From Little Tykes comes Baby's First Slot Machine, the jackpot-sized toy made for pint-sized players. Pull the easy one-hand lever and watch 6 adorable icons spin. Match 3 and cha-ching! Plastic coins pour out like tomorrow's college fund.
Baby's first multi-level marketing scheme from Little Tykes, the playset that lets your little one build their very first downline before they build a vocabulary with a swipeable credit card.
Introducing the Pimpin' in Ponyville playset, where the nightlife is daylight.
Whoa, the pulse spins.
Load up the ATM, swipe the friendship card, and
Catching.
cash shoots out for a good time.
DJ Nene dropping beats.
Pop the DJ's head.
That was fire, bro.
Hey, you got
That was fire.
Those are fun. Those are fun.
That was fire, dude.
There we go.
I love that shit. That was great. We're cruising through these videos.
Yeah.
Andrew Jackson is an absolute menace. He participated in 103 duels, usually to defend his wife's honor. In a famous duel, Jackson let his opponent shoot first, took a bullet to the chest, and then calmly killed the guy. That bullet stayed lodged in his body through his whole life. But that's not the only bullet that Jackson had. He got shot multiple times through his life and managed to survive, carrying the bullets in his body, earning the nickname Old Hickory. In 1835, Jackson became the first U.S. president to face an assassination attempt when a man tried tried to shoot him twice, both misfires. Instead of running for protection, he chased his gunman down and beat him up with a cane.
Hell yeah.
Mind you, he was 67 years old. Despite his brutal policies against Native Americans, it's surprising that he actually adopted an Indian boy on the battlefield. He vetoed more bills than all of the previous presidents that came before him combined. He hated paper money despite being on the $20 bill today. Was a self-taught military leader leading the American troops to victory in the War of 1812 and had a pet parrot which he taught to excessively swear.
Dude, that was fire.
Andrew Jackson. He was a hard-ass dude.
They don't build them like that anymore.
No.
Action. Someone said Action Jackson. I'm with you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Actions. Oh, dude, Meg Mary would totally hook up with Andrew Jackson.
67-year-old Andrew Jackson?
Yeah, she would. She said would. Good for you, lady.
Okay.
Good for you. That's what we need. We need more of that. Jackson was my kind of menace when it comes to how he treated the central bank.
Yeah.
Thank you, face to the screen. I love that.
Big time.
I love that, dude. Big time. I'm the same way, dude. A tale as old as time. Sheets the Queen, OG Magic John D was literally 007. He's the guy where we get the Econon from. Okay, I'm in. Hold on, what's your name? Rhinoceros. Okay, I'm sure I butchered all of that, dude. But that's what you get for $5. You get Sam Can't Read. Oh, we're at 5,000. We gotta keep going, dude. We cannot give up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Weathered wood. Weathered wood is some of the best wood out there because you know it's appreciative.
Here we go.
Will
The world's second most recognized climate engineer, Dr. Ken Caldera, stating what he did for the DoD was to design methods of spraying pathogens into clouds to infect the populations below.
You could imagine, say, putting pathogens in a cloud, then would rain down on your enemy.
We know in the outbreak of CV-19, at one point, 85 countries were infected in 3 days. That's indicative of an airborne dispersion. We know from Italian researchers they found CV-19 attached to airborne particulates. We know from our precipitation testing, we have polymer fibers and graphene in our rain. Those two elements are used militarily as biological carrier platforms to carry a pathogen from the clouds to the ground to infect the population below. Why is that in our rain right now? Could they, at any point of their choosing, put something much more lethal into the precipitation and level the playing field? Certainly they could.
Man, that's terrifying.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
When Tucker's talking about this.
Hibbler's got a wonderful doc on Amazon right now about all that, dude. And this is the whole thing. They find microbiomes now in people's blood that you can't destroy. You can't destroy. So I've always said, and this is a dangerous conspiracy. Dangerous conspiracies are dangerous. I'm not a virus guy. I'm a terrain dude. But I'm not saying they haven't created something that could act like one in a lab. They've been doing it forever.
It's just
I'm out here spitting facts, dog.
It's crazy to think about, but not like when you have the tools, I guess, and if you're of that mindset, it's like, hey, we can do X, Y, and Z. If we just do this, then I guess it makes sense on paper and for business, I guess, if you're evil.
Look at this chick's train she'd like. It's a weird group of guys, but it would be entertaining. Go on.
Let's do it.
Will go.
So get set.
So the World Economic Forum has come up with their 8 predictions that they think will happen by the year 2030. And by predictions, I mean they're going to pay a bunch of billionaires like George Soros to mind wash the dumb youth into thinking this way so that these predictions can come true.
Yep.
Now I'm going to play some of them and then I'll read the rest of them to you because, yeah. 8 predictions for the world. You own nothing and you'll be happy. And if you're not, we'll put you in re-education camps and then like fill you with a bunch of SSRIs and antidepressants. And if you still don't like it, don't worry, they'll find a use for you. The US won't be the world's leading superpower. That's because they want China.
Yep.
Just like Justin Trudeau said, their simplistic communist style is all that he ever wanted, and that's what he's getting in Canada and a bunch of other Western countries.
Yeah.
You won't die waiting for an organ donor. Why? Because according to them, they'll just print organs. That's also a lie. You're going to be the organ donations through things like MIG,
100%.
like medically assisted induced dying. Yeah, a bunch of countries have them. And now you can get it just because, you know, you're sad one day. So where do you think those organs go? To the rich.
One day.
But
Why
hey,
am I
whatever.
laughing at that? It's so dark.
And you'll eat much less meat. Why? Well, because an occasional treat, not a staple for the good of the environment and our health. On their website, they specifically say that they want to limit people to 3 items of clothing a year because of the environment. But they get to, like, you know, fly to Geneva, Switzerland, and Brazil on their private jets and eat filet mignon and all those other things while us plebs suffer.
Yeah.
1 billion people will be displaced by climate change. We'll have to do a better job at welcoming and integrating refugees. AKA George Soros is paying a bunch of people to flood Europe and North America that are completely incompatible with Western societies to absolutely ruining from the inside out. And if you say anything, you're a racist. So you have to be better at bending over and allowing everyone to just come in and do whatever they want.
She's on fire. Right
Polluters will have to pay to emit carbon dioxide. This is so that we can bring in green energy that doesn't work, so that we can ration our energy use, and so that we can live like it's the 1800s.
Good luck.
Because we're plebs.
Yeah.
You could be preparing to go to Mars. You know. Alien life? That's to prepare you for Project Bluebeam, so that they can enact the one world government and the new religion that they want.
She's on fire.
And number 8, Western values will have been tested to the breaking point. That's exactly what's happening right now. But don't worry, checks and balances that underpin our democracies must not be forgotten. Don't worry, democracies will be completely forgotten and you won't even know what it means. You'll have a digital ID and you'll be in a digital prison, and you have to say and think exactly what they want you to say.
I agree. Sorry, dude, but I got to drink some piss right now. Give me some piss. Give me some piss.
Video of the day. Great job, guys.
Good. Yeah, that was good. She's on fire. Now, I was told there's a 2050 agenda and involves you won't fly. There's going to be no more commercial flying. And why do they want you in a 15-minute city if they're not going to allow you to fly? And then I just did Dave Smith's Part of the Problem at Skankfest. And the other prediction I have is that Europe will go into Palestine. This is all part of prophecy, but they don't want you flying, dude. That's why all this stuff is crazy. My friend Kim Condit was flying back from Skankfest, and her plane had problems right after takeoff. They had to put it right back down.
Oh, fuck.
And then she got in another plane. Guess what? More plane problems. So she had to go grab a completely different flight. Dude, I'm telling you, this is all done on purpose, man. They want you in a 50-minute city. They don't want you going to Jamaica, ladies, to get some action. They don't want any of that. Stay in your little neighborhood with the people you see every day and just saturate in propaganda. That's what they want to do. And nobody's paying attention because they're fighting with people on this level instead of looking at this level.
That's true.
Seriously.
And
Jafonzi in for 5 swarm bucks. Sam's the man. Best show probably ever. I would agree. Brian Callen got. Not his fault. Chad Zumach is sniping. Keep on scrolling. Chad, don't snipe my stuff. Don't snipe my stuff, okay? I'll bring on the death pool. I'll bring it up.
Okay, watch out for Chad.
Chad, don't snipe. Are we ever going to see 6,000? Dude, we might have to put a second golden.
I've been thinking about upgrading. I might have to upgrade.
This is the only member of the genus Theropithecus, which loosely translates to beast ape. When intimidating others, they flip their lip up to their nose and they pull back on their scalp, exposing those pale eyelids. There are so many bizarre primates which rarely ever get talked about, and the gelada is one of the most unique. They spend more time on the ground than any other non-human primate, and their diet consists mainly of grass. They're basically like cattle primates. They even live in large social herds. The largest of these herds, they counted over 1,200 members. While grazing, they have a weird gait where they just kind of squat and shuffle their bodies side to side really slowly. In some primates, like chimps and baboons, the butt will get really bright and inflamed to kind of signal that they're ready to mate. But because the gelada shuffle makes their butts so much less visible, the females of this species have actually evolved they call it a necklace, but it's these pus-filled blisters that develop around that patch. They've even formed some deep bond with the local Ethiopian wolves. When they show up, very few of the gelada monkeys even feel the need to move away. They just kind of stay there and chill. A study found that the gelada monkeys, they roughly tried to flee maybe 10% of the times they encountered these wolves, which doesn't seem like a big deal, except when you consider the fact that domestic dogs will often send them scrambling up the cliffside. And speaking of trust, gelada monkeys were the first non-human animal ever discovered cheating on their partners and trying to cover it up. In these acts of cheating, both individuals hid their normal mating cries to lower the chances of getting caught. If they do get caught, the dominant male of the harem would punish the cheaters. And if that harem leader is ever replaced, studies have found up to 80% of the females that were previously impregnated by that leader will experience an aborted pregnancy.
Whoa!
If you found any of that interesting, be sure to follow. I'm going to talk about this guy next. Imagine being in the Amazon 10,000 years ago and looking up to see that looking down at you.
Oh my God, dude. They got Planned Parenthood in the wild. That's crazy.
This is one of those species where I can't tell if this is like made up with all those pictures of AI and it's like a very convincing story, or if this is a real beast out there. I think it's a real beast. That's a real monkey.
A real beast for sure, dude. 100%. 100%, bro.
My God.
That's a real beast, dude. That's a beast man right there. Damn. Dude, imagine if you got everybody pregnant and they're like, you cheated on me, and then all your kids were gone. That's got to suck.
Oh, my God.
Hello there, Britain. Benny Carrington here, and have I got a treat for you? It's called Doomscrollin with Sam Tripoli and Midnight Mike, and it is changing lives. Just a few episodes, and folks are feeling brighter, calmer, even a little cheeky in the romance department. Yes, your mood gets a lift, your mind gets a break, and your love life.
Oh, get a little lift right there. All right.
There we go, dude. I'm in. I'm in. That's how we're going to do our ad reads, guys.
Yeah, that energetic. Uh-oh. This one's not working.
I don't even know what it is.
This video's not working. Oh. We had a bit of a fail there.
Oh, man, the wheel's a little off today.
Yeah.
Might be having family problems back home.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the gears need to be oiled up a little bit, but
unbelievable.
I'll see what
we
happens
ain't never
there.
seen that. It's happened before.
I'll check the logs after the show.
Yeah, I mean, we need a governing body to talk to.
This is the scariest, most mysterious story in Texas history. Back in the 1820s, when a young Josiah Wilbarger and his young bride moved to Texas. Now, one day, Josiah and a group of men go out riding around the hill country, scouting a place to put a new farm or to bring a new settler in. They stop to get water for themselves and their horses when all of a sudden a group of 60 Indians, maybe Comanches, attack them. Wilbarger is shot with an arrow through the calf. The bullet in the thigh, tries to hide behind a tree and then join the people who are riding away when suddenly he gets hit with a bullet through the neck. Leaves him paralyzed but conscious. The Comanches, we'll assume they're Comanches, supposing him dead, proceed to scalp him. Two of his friends in the scouting party ride back home. They're like, he's dead. But a few hours later, Josiah comes to. So he lives through his scalping. He tries to walk back to his camp, but he can't. And so he simply props himself up on an oak tree in the middle of the night, wakes up, and his sister is there. Now, she lives in Missouri, but she's come to tell him, don't die, don't give up. He begs her to stay with him, but she's like, no, I have to go. So she leaves. One of the people who had survived, he's with his wife. She sits bolt upright in bed, says, I had a dream. Josiah's alive. He's bleeding. He's naked. He's seated by a tree. You have to go and rescue him. The husband says he's not alive. Goes back to bed, has the same dream again. So he gets a group of men. Sure enough, they find Josiah just exactly as her dream had said. He speaks of his sister visiting him, and he expects that she's still around town. Not long after that, word reaches him that she had passed just the day before in Missouri and was no longer alive the night that he saw her. One of the mysteries of the frontier.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Day Tripper. Great video.
Yeah, I like those little tidbits of history.
That's got to be weird. I wonder if they showed up and he was naked. Because if he's not naked, you got to go to your wife. Why did you imagine him naked? He wasn't naked. What's going on? Great job visualizing that, but why'd you make him naked?
Maybe you just think of everyone naked back then. That's just how people are.
That's just how dreams were back in the day.
Everyone's naked back then. People didn't get clothes until like 1950s in dreams or something like that.
Okay. Respect on that. When we got colored movies, suddenly we got clothes in our dreams. Jet saluting us. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you. Yeah, we got about 9 more minutes until we get to Sam's Corner, which I don't have a lot of videos. Going to be honest with you.
Well, we'll see. You might have more than you think.
I'll admit, within the first few seconds of this video, you're going to go, I'm not so sure about that, man. But tell me if you think all of this, in totality, could be a coincidence. Because I'm thinking it's more of a stretch to think this is a stretch. It's clearly happening and it's in your face. Watch this.
The world might actually be run by demons. At almost every major city, there is symbolism for Lucifer. The United Nations headquarters is located at 666 United Nations Plaza, where there is tons of demonic symbolism such as this end times beast. In the Bible, it says 200 fallen angels descended at Mount Hermon, and the UN just happens to have a base there.
Yeah.
The craziest part is that at a city called Astana, a city that's been purposely hidden from us, there's a massive pyramid, much like the one on the money that controls our entire world. And inside this pyramid, there's 200 perfectly aligned chairs. It's almost like the 200 angels that fell have a secret base where they make their plans. At this same city, there's another torch that represents Lucifer. This evil symbolism even stretches to CERN, the government research facility, which has a statue of Shiva, the destroyer of worlds outside of it.
So the 666 Plaza thing is true. The Mount Hermon thing is true. The Lucifer being the light bearer is true. The 200 chairs, that's legit. So that's only the tip of the iceberg. There used to be a website that is now scrubbed from the internet. I cannot find it. If one of you guys is a real techie, find this out for me. There's a website that showed the distances between certain buildings, like the Pyramids of Giza to the Basel, Switzerland World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, is exactly like 6,666 kilometers apart. And the One World Trade Center is exactly 666 miles from the Statue of Liberty, whatever, not saying that exact, but it was a website compiling all these shocking distances that happen to line up with 666s, and they're like significant, buildings in the White House and all that. Now remember also, the Washington Monument, go and convert the height of the Washington Monument from feet to inches, and check out that numerical value. And tell me, whoopsie daisy coincidence. Something shocking is going on in our world today, guys and girls and everyone else. And we're a part of it. We got born into this power struggle that's happening where it's good versus evil. What side are you on? Probably you're on the same side as me. I mean, it's a big club and we're on it, right? Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
Yep. Guess how far away the sun is supposedly from Earth?
92 million miles?
93. Do you know what 93 is? That is the greeting of Thelema. When they grab each other, they say 93.
Really?
Yep.
They don't say 6'7". They say 93. Okay.
They don't say, but 6'7" is demonic.
Yes, it is, as we learned.
Unbelievable, dude. They just run everything. Okay, a couple more videos, and we'll go to the videos I really wanted to show everybody.
Okay.
I didn't have a lot of comedy videos this time. I'm sorry, guys. I was looking for it.
Explaining Disney's darkest secrets in 1 minute. Actually, Alice never fell down any rabbit hole. She consumed hallucinogenic mushrooms, and Disney showed a child's bad trip as magical adventure. Frame 2847. The mushroom the caterpillar offers has a specific bluish coloration. It's not edible mushroom. It's Psilocybe cubensis that documentedly grows in 1951 English gardens. And this is where it all makes sense. From Alice biting the mushroom to seeing the Cheshire Cat. Exactly 12 minutes of film pass. Know how long psilocybin takes to kick in? Exactly 12 minutes. But wait, it gets more disturbing. Notice Alice's pupils after the caterpillar, completely dilated for 73 minutes of film. That's the classic sign of psychedelic hallucinogen in the system. And you never notice the most obvious part. Alice gets bigger and smaller randomly. That's not magic. It's body perception disguised as happy ending. Alice suddenly wakes up in the garden. It wasn't a dream. It was overdose recovery. Her sister is reading aloud trying to keep her conscious during the come down. Wonderland never existed. It was neurotoxicity causing visual and auditory hallucination. Magic mushrooms weren't adventure. It was a 7-year-old having seizures nobody rescued.
And these people were all doing drugs.
Yes, they were all doing drugs. Oh my God. Yeah, they were so dark. I mean, it's like crazy. Like things aren't getting worse. They're just getting more obvious. Back then they hid it all much better. That's crazy.
It was entertaining. It was art. And now everything's just kind of like too over.
Alice be tripping. Yeah.
Right. Let's do it. Let's do one
guys,
more.
real quick. Is today's episode the best episode ever or the greatest episode ever? Get in the comments. Leave a mark. Leave a nice comment. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Share the content. We're all learning. We're all learning together.
Will go.
They try to erase this Egyptian pharaoh from history. This is the pharaoh Akhenaten, likely the father of the famous pharaoh Tutankhamun. He ruled for 17 years, but after he passed, ancient Egyptian pharaohs following him tried to erase him from history. They destroyed his sculptures and monuments. We only know about him because his tomb was discovered. Well, what did he do that was so bad? He basically tried to change the ancient Egyptian religion. Ancient Egypt was polytheistic, there were many gods, right? But he wanted everyone to worship only one, the god Aten, who, unlike other Egyptian gods, was not depicted in some sort of humanoid form, but rather as simply a sun disk. And he was to be considered Aten's intermediary, the only one that could channel Aten's divine will.
Wow. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Stepping on a lot of toes with that decree.
Stepping on a lot of toes. One more video.
Okay. Here we go.
Will go.
So strap yourself in.
Have any of you ever heard of Peter Nygaard, or for that
this is
matter,
crazy.
SCNT, stem cell therapy? Let me give you a little background story on how this man went from this to this in less than a year just because he was cut off from his own invention. Peter Nygaard was a very famous fashion mogul back in the day who created the clothing line Slims, not to be confused with Skims, of course, which was sold in stores like Macy's. Apparently still is. He was very well known amongst celebrities and politicians. He even received a presidential jacket from George W. Bush and 2 Jubilee medals from Queen Elizabeth in which she stated, "Nygaard made Canada what it is today." Peter had a long list of rumored madames, including Pamela Anderson, Anna Nicole Smith, which surprisingly enough was never mentioned in her Netflix documentary, and Instagram model Sulin Menderes. Now it's alleged that Peter Nygaard's madames weren't just his girlfriends, they worked for him. They would lure in young girls online using their model status and tell them that they were going to have fun in paradise and jet ski and have a blast. However, when they got there, it was more like a scene from Blink Twice.
The girls would come down in the morning looking absolutely dreadful and say, you know, can you get us out of here? Can you get us out of here? Really? And we'd say, no, we can't because we didn't bring you in, so you've got to go ask him for your plane ride.
And in return for victims, Peter Nygaard would pay his madames cash, jewelry, plastic surgery, and stem cell injections. Now what I found interesting is that instead of going to jail, Sulin Menderes ended up becoming wife of Hollywood plastic surgeon Dr. Garth Fisher. And not just any Hollywood plastic surgeon, the Kardashians' plastic surgeon. So close they even see each other for the holidays. But let's get back to the stem cell, shall we? Now you can do any brief research online and find out that yes, Hollywood celebrities are injecting stem cells for a more youthful appearance. You can literally find article after article about stem cell research and the celebrities that use it. However, where do they come from? And where did Peter Nygaard get his?
He was obsessed, Peter Nygaard was, with stem cell research and anything that he could get his hands on to preserve his health and youth and to create longevity. And according to many people involved in the investigation, he actually would impregnate underage girls, have them get abortions, and then harvest the stem cells
Oh my God.
to inject in himself under the belief that it would be more beneficial than random stem cells from another source.
And it's rumored that he even admitted to victims that
You know, Brookie, how I look so good. You know, I look like a lion. You know how I look so young. It's the blood. It's the blood of the youth. It's the blood of the babies. Everybody gives me their blood. Everybody gives me their blood. I'm like,
there's a lot more to it and there's a lot more connections than what I have shown. But I often wonder if Hollywood is using stem cell treatments, where did they get the stem cells? Who got Peter Nygaard's invention? Because it obviously didn't go anywhere.
Oh man, no, it's a dark, dark rabbit hole.
That's a dark, dark rabbit hole.
Ooh.
All right. You got some for Sam's Corner?
Yeah, we're gonna do Sam's Corner right here. We go.
It's time for Sam's
All right, here's the only funny video I got, and the other ones are super interesting. Here we go.
Let me remove this from the
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm doing great.
I'm doing great.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm doing great.
I'm totally fine.
Yeah, sometimes I have to tell myself that every day. Here's a very interesting video, and I just want to take. I'm gonna give you a little bit of my insight after.
Story is he gets shot at that motel, right?
Right.
Then he, dies on the scene, and Jesse Jackson was holding him in his arms, and that was a lie. What happened was they rushed him to the hospital, and then the nurses took him out because he was still alive. But I heard that they cleared the room out.
Yeah.
Brought in some nurses.
Right.
Nurses. And then snuffed him out with a pillow. Because here's the thing. He knows a lot more than what we know, right? Now, if he was an asset, whoever was funding him, writing his speeches.
Damn, they taking his speeches.
I'm just saying. And then they're saying, it gets wild. They're saying that he was the original Diddy, which is crazy. They're saying that he had freak-offs and all this other stuff, and he had power and all this other stuff. Now, we can't verify that.
But it is documented that he was an adulterer.
That is documented. But I think that, yes, I think that it was a conspiracy. And I think that, what was documented and you put two and two together, he didn't die where they said he died. Just like how they said Hitler didn't die where they said he died.
So was he being held in Jesse Jackson's arms?
That's what Jesse Jackson said. And Jesse Jackson he's such a puppet. And you know what's funny too about MLK? His wife was an Eastern Star.
Okay.
So, that's like the female version of a Mason.
I know.
So it's pretty odd that, isn't it odd that all these wives just magically just get away when their husbands die? You have MLK, you have JFK, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah,
that's pretty interesting. All these wives just get right out the way when their husbands die, right?
Yeah, almost like you never hear from him.
Almost like they knew. Interesting. Just saying. Because aren't all those scenarios very eerily similar to each other?
Yeah.
All of men of influence. They're all politically charged. And then, their wives may or may not have known. I mean, same thing with JFK.
Are there rumors that Jack knew?
Well, here's the thing. When Johnson was sworn in, they moved so fast to swear him in, like she still had blood on her clothes.
Oh, he's not even talking about the phone call between her and Johnson. That was super creepy, dude. Super creepy. Let's do this one. Let's change up the pace a little bit. Oh, so I had John Barber on my show. He's from old school Hollywood. He said it wasn't actually the nurse. He said the nurses walked in and the FBI had a pillow over his face. But I heard that he might have been Diddy too. They're all controlled. All culture is fake, guys. None of it's real.
I'm a licensed transvestigator, and today I'll be transvestigating if Ben Shapiro is trans, and the results might surprise you. So if we look at pictures of him when he was a young incel, we can see the imprint of a binder under his tank top and a patchy hairline, which we typically see in trans men who have just begun to take testosterone. Now, if we look at this picture taken a few years later, we can see that he's developed what we call in the business Humpty Dumpty head, or a sort of egg-like head shape that we normally see in trans men who have stopped their transitions and have begun to detransition by taking estrogen. Now in the present day, we see major changes as it's clear that Ben has fully committed to detransitioning back to being a woman. We see that her detransition was largely successful as she's regained her feminine lips and dainty hands, but unfortunately, due to the high levels of testosterone that she was exposed to during puberty, she would likely have this facial hair for the rest of her life, and the hair on her head will continue to thin and her hairline will continue to recede. Ben is a textbook case of someone who was assigned female at birth, transitioned to becoming a man, and then detransitioned back to a woman, and I truly wish her the best with her detransition. Let me know in the comments which celebrity I should transvestigate next.
I love it.
I believe in the science, dude.
I love it.
I believe in the science. Hold on, let's see what else we got. Oh, this is an interesting one.
Technique called seasoning the money. Seasoning the money involves a trusted lawyer, and it's a money laundering technique. If you've got a cash heavy business like a coin op laundry or a car wash, and you've got all this cash, but you don't want to pay taxes on it, you want to make a real estate investment with it, what you do is instead of trying to bring it to the bank or to a real estate agent to buy property, you bring it to your attorney and you tell your attorney to deposit it in his IOLTA account. It's an account that lawyers hold money from multiple clients in a single pot, and it earns interest, but it's kind of like protected under statute. So I've got a bag of drug proceeds with $250,000 on it. I bring it to my lawyer and I ask him to deposit it in his trust account. And then the following day I come in and I say, hey, can you draw a bank check out for $250,000 and make it out to, real estate company X? Real estate company X can't accept a bag full of cash, but they can sure as hell accept that check. The IRS is never going to know about it. The relationship is protected by attorney-client privilege, and I've just effectively managed to season my money through the attorney's trust account and then pour it back into real estate. And it helps explain how in New England, the real estate empire necessary to facilitate the Chinese drug cartel was able to expand so rapidly. They were buying up properties in Maine 20% over asking price for cash and closing in 20 days. It was the dream for some elderly couple in Maine looking to move to Florida or something in the middle of the pandemic.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's a handy trick to know.
I wish we could make that video of the day. Wow.
Damn,
Wow. I
that
learned a
is
lot. Let's
knowledge right
continue on money laundering, shall we?
Yeah.
Easy. Just use an earthquake. What? Yeah. Let's say you're a politician who stole a of tax money. To hide this, we'll need to funnel it. How do we do that? It's simple. Just start a charity as a cover-up. Won't people suspect anything? They won't. Because the best time to steal money is during a crisis. If a hurricane, earthquake, or war breaks out, that's your golden opportunity. You'll set up a charity and announce that you're raising money for disaster victims. What do I do then? Now, the government and the public will start donating to your charity. Once you have that money, it's time to spend it. So we'll actually help people? No. Who wants to do that? We'll fake it instead. What? How does that work? Okay, look, let's say you report that you delivered 100,000 meals to disaster victims. In reality, you only delivered 10,000. The other 90,000 meals exist only on paper, but the money for them goes straight into your account. Won't people notice the missing supplies? Not if we inflate the prices of everything. What do you mean? Instead of stealing money directly, we hire fake suppliers to charge 10 times normal prices. A tent that should cost $100 is shown as $5,000. A bottle of water is purchased for $50 each. A $500 generator is reported as a $20,000 emergency energy system. all that extra money goes straight to you. Won't the public ask where the money went? That's why we'll do a little bit of charity. We'll hand out food and supplies to a few people, enough for a good PR stunt. We'll invite news crews, take pictures of suffering children, and tell them we're saving lives. We can even use an AI tool like Emergent to make an app that can collect donations online. But we stole most of that money. Exactly. But now, we look like heroes. What happens when people start investigating? By then, the money is already gone. We move it through offshore accounts and fake shell companies. What if we get caught? We blame it on accounting mistakes or say we were tricked by bad suppliers. Worst case, we shut down the charity and just start a new one. It's that easy. Just like that, we laundered millions through a fake charity.
All right, man.
So sad. But you know that's how it works, and they got us.
They got us, dude. We're just too nice to play along. That's what I want to watch. This one. Here we go. Yeah, we'll watch this one next. Actually,
Don't just grow wings in a cocoon. They completely dissolve into liquid first. We all know caterpillars turn into butterflies, but most people have no idea what actually happens inside that cocoon. Here's what actually happens. The caterpillar seals itself inside and releases enzymes that liquefy its entire body. Organs, muscles, everything melts into biological soup. Only tiny clusters of cells called imaginal discs survive. These discs contain the blueprint for wings, legs, antennae. They float in the goo and start building a completely new creature from scratch. The caterpillar dies and gets rebuilt as something else entirely. And somehow, studies confirm this, the butterfly remembers things the caterpillar learned. Memories survive total body dissolution, total liquefaction, total rebuild, and it remembers. That's actual magic hiding in biology.
This is insane. That is crazy. How can you not believe in God when you hear that? I think this last video. Last video, guys. Last video. Here we go. I like this one. My kid's crying. When the kids cry, the show's done. That's what I've learned. Here we go. Final one. And this video, what? Why can't you play this video? We'll try it one more time. And if it doesn't work, there will be blood. You know, hasn't been a good week for StreamYard. I'm going to be honest with you.
A lot of changes.
Won't play it. Wow.
That's all right.
This browser having trouble sharing video. This can happen. Okay. All right. Well, that's the show, guys. We'll end on butterfly.
Yep.
Oh, no. We're going to end on butterflies. Real quick before we go, one more time. Please check out the greatest podcast of all time, Our Big Dumb Mouse. Go to Our Big Dumb Mouse podcast, .com and support my man, Midnight Mike, who just made this show so much better. And then we also have samtripoli.com. Grab my dates now. The big show. We got a show this weekend, real quick, in Vegas, this Friday night. And then we also have Word War Debate, everybody. Go grab those tickets. I'm in Jersey at Morris Plains for New Year's and also Minneapolis. And again, if you really feel, if you want to be nasty, you want to be Miss Jackson, on January 10th is the big show. Grab your tickets now. Be part of Word War Debate. I love you guys very much. I love you, Midnight Mike.
I love you.
You are the best. And thank you guys for supporting us. Please like, share, whatever else you want to do. Okay. Comment, share, like, spread the word, subscribe, do all of it. I look forward to seeing you next week, brother.
All right. See you all later.